So John says, hey Mehran, I love my nightly live chats. Was wondering if you could talk about strategies on not allowing the mind to take control when you have bad thoughts. John, Syracuse 29, always follow protocol. Okay, thank you very much. You know, it depends on what kind of a negative thought it is. They can have a different counter to it. But the best way to counter it is just make it easy for yourself. Focus on the fact that thought has no credibility. The fact that you go after it and engage with it and it bamboozles you or distracts you or makes you ponder is because you have given a blanket credibility to what pops up in your head instead of saying everything is based on my judgment, not that anything that shows up has credibility. Nothing that shows up has credibility. Therefore, that simply sets the tone that you have now created a simple, clear protocol that you will not be affected by anything that shows up in your brain, the screen of your brain, because you have understood that thoughts have no credibility. Thoughts are not intelligence. Thoughts are not representation of smarts. Thoughts are not you. You're not thoughts. The me, you, the me, is above all faculties and tools that is available to you to use, including thoughts, eyesight, hearing, and everything. You know, in hearing, you can hear lots of things. People utter about you, against you, negative towards you. Okay, you hear them, but you judge them if it's something for you to pay attention or not. Right? It's no different than when you're driving and you're going your own way and somebody feels like you have cut in his way or not and gives you the finger, that's eyesight, or utters something, choice, a word, choice words, but you decide that I don't give a damn. I just go about my business. You heard it and you saw it, but you judged that it's irrelevant to me. I've got important things to do, not this kind of nonsense. You have exercised your bosshood. You owned the control of that whole environment. And you did not leave it to your ear or to thoughts or to eyesight to make an action or judgment for action. You decided that these thoughts, these images, these signals, or these communication that was sent towards you by the other driver or whoever else was irrelevant. Simple. And you moved on and everything was perfect. But if you give it a thought and you turn around and so on, get engaged with it, then it becomes some kind of a matter to ponder on or discuss, which occupies your mind and distracts you from whatever it is that you were about to do and what you're all about. Same thing with thoughts. When thoughts show up and you get engaged with them, you pay attention to them as if they have any validity or credibility, that's the wrong way of dealing with it. Because as I said before, 80, 90,000 thoughts a day show up. Unless you know that you should drop them all and pay no attention to any of them, you'll be busy for years to come for every single one of them. But what do? Automatically, you simply sift through and go about your business, what it is that you're out there to accomplish. And you ignore, disregard every other thoughts that shows up, as long as it is not your own, which is only the kind of thoughts that you're choosing consciously, the information out of your consciousness to calculate something, to figure out something, to solve something, to learn something, to design something, to plan something, to produce something, to accomplish something is yours. To learn something is yours. The rest of it is all nonsense. And when you have understood that, then it doesn't matter. You don't need a strategy. You've already cleared up with yourself the essence and substance and non-existence of thought and irrelevancy of thought of all kinds. It's already done. They have to be judged and proven that they are relevant before you actually pay attention to them. And they can never be relevant as long as you are mindful of what it is popping up to your head by checking it against your wise advocate, your core principles, your gatekeeper, what holds your values, what your super consciousness is, your alertness, your mindfulness is. And based on that, you decide these thoughts are irrelevant to me. And therefore, I go about my business and I ignore them, regardless of what they are. That is the beginning of your freedom of mind, freedom of thought.